Okay, you guys, end of month fire. Let's talk about it. Okay, we are in springtime. We know that this is leading up to huge momentum in all of our businesses, right? And it started at the beginning of this month, but we are really pedal to the metal right now. And each one of us, Jules, wants to just give a little bit of encouragement to you guys. It is March 30th. We have the rest of today and all day tomorrow to reach some serious goals. And I should say who I am. My name is Carrie Halfley. I'm an Emerald Ambassador. So the encouragement that I have for you is to get into your reports. If it's scary, release those thoughts. It's not scary. That's the window into your business. So get into your reports, look at numbers. Who can reach silver yet this month? Who can reach senior silver yet this month? And then when they do that, what's the domino effect? If this person would add 3 people to get to senior silver, now who's close to gold? Get into those reports, print off your detailed genealogy, grab a handful of highlighters and get to work, because if you do not know what's going on in your virtual office, you do not know your business. Quiet, sorry. You do not know your business. And so that's my encouragement. And also to talk one-on-one. Like if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. So if you see somebody that's about to go silver and you just hop in a group chat and say, hey, Sarah, saw you're about to go silver. That didn't work. That's not gonna work. Okay, don't do that. Go directly to the person. And even if they're your level 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter, right? Like how cool that their upline that big is reaching down and saying, hey, I saw you. I saw you. So talk directly to that person, give them strategy, and make it happen, right? Like I have just to give you a quick example, I have a level 2 who her level 1 does not work. And so she just hit senior silver. And I was talking to my level 1 and I was like, your girl, she's doing this thing. She was like, yeah, maybe I should get back into the business. I'm like, yeah, you really should. Like you're about to make a lot of money because this girl's, working. So it's just replanting that vision. Like this girl's been with me for 5 years, but replanting the vision, it just never gets old. And as leaders, what is our job? Our job is to be repetitive. Michael Hyatt says, if you want your team to learn something, if you want to spread a vision and you're exhausted from saying it, you're exhausted from repeating yourself, you're only halfway there. You're only halfway to them catching that vision. So as leaders, silver, 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 senior silver, 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 gold, gold, gold. We just say it until we're blue in the face because somebody needs to hear it that day. So that's my encouragement for you. I'm passing it over to my girl, Alicia.
I love that. And I haven't heard it put that way, but if you only said it till you're blue in the face, you're only halfway there. That has been something I struggle with. Like, oh, they know, they've done it. I don't say it anymore. Okay, keep saying it. Got it. Thank you. My encouragement for you guys. I know that the next 2 days and the next 3 months, the next 3 years, okay? You guys want things. If you're in this business and you want it and you're, looking at the next rank, wherever you are, from silver to diamond, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. I promise you it's all the same. It's just that next step, that next day, that next person, and that's what it is the whole way up. But if you're wanting this and you are struggling with getting there, let me just tell you this. If you're needing that miracle, if you're needing those numbers, if you're having those big lofty goals and you're not seeing it happen, there's something more you can do. It's not just, oh, well, I'm just not good at this. Oh, well, it's just not going to happen. And there's something more you can do. And what I just felt really like came to mind this morning is when we're needing those miracles, in the Bible, Jesus, to perform his miracles, it almost always required some act of the person. Very rarely was it just, boom, hand it over, right? I was thinking of, turning the water into wine. They had to go fill up those massive, heavy, they were huge. Had to fill those with water, haul them back for Jesus to turn them into wine. for, I don't remember who it was that he had, what the name of the guy was, but he had to go dip himself in the river to come out to be healed. The fish, turning the fish in the loaves into feeding the multitudes. They had to hand those things over for God to use, right? And so, you know, if you're struggling with that this month and just thinking, oh, well, it's just not going to happen, or this next, you know, this next quarter that we're headed into the sprints, what can you do? What can you do more? What can you dig in? What can you offer? I know a lot of people are just praying. They're just praying, winging a prayer that this happens for them. But that's just not how it works, guys. We have to be an active participant. And so if you're wanting those goals, talk to your upline, talk to your sidelines, talk to your person, 3 people above you, whoever you need to talk to get some new strategy, to see what you can be doing better, what you can be digging in harder on. You know, Carrie's ideas are already right there. Take those, run with those. But there's things we got to do to make stuff happen. That's it. I don't know who's next.
That's me. Hey guys, I am Katie Ann. If you guys don't know who I am a sapphire. And it's still so crazy to say that I'm a sapphire. But anyway, you guys, let's have some real talk. Because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about the real talk. And I see Bridget's face. She's looking like, oh, here comes Katie. You've got to do the things, just like Alicia said, just like Carrie said. You've got to do the things and actually to see the proof in the pudding. It is the only way. If there is zero action, there is zero success and zero growth. There are going to be those handful of people that like wish upon a shooting star, say a little prayer, and then voila, people. But that's not reality, okay? We can think of everything that we want to do, but if you do not have the action steps to take you there, then you'll never get there. So it could be seriously as simple as one thought, next step action, and then guess what? You're in those conversations, like Carrie said, one-on-one conversations, whether it is newbies or following up, which everybody has this crazy fear with following up. It's a thing. But do not don't sit in those thoughts, because guess what? Then fear starts creeping in. Fear will literally be that one to demolish any of those action steps that you're going to need to take, and it will hijack your goals. Fear. Excuse all the noises. You're going to just hear all the things on this farm. So have your one thought, write it down. The next step needs to be take that action that can connect to that thought and put it into motion, right? Don't just get stuck in the thought process, because then fear will creep in and it will take over. Those action steps will never happen. Okay? Actually, Carrie had mentioned something about getting into your back office. And I think Darla and I have this conversation all the time about how she hates with a burning passion her back office. You go ahead. You hate your back office all you want. But guess what? We also talk about if you're not in your back office, then you're not running a business. So that is included, whether it's with your newbies, whether it's in your follow-up, whether it's just getting in your back office. Your fear took over your thoughts, and then you're stopped, you're halted, you're not able to take any action. So link one action to one thought, at least, especially today and tomorrow. If that's all your mind has in the capacity, one thought, one action, and soon you'll be able to have multiple tabs open with multiple thoughts and be able to get into a good habit with linking one action with one thought. And that's it for me.
Awesome. I think I'm next, right, Janelle? Am I next? Okay. All right, I'm Darla French, the one who is conquering the hate of the back office, because that's what we do. And I was in there 5 times yesterday, guys. So anyways, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is, do not get stuck in the muck of those who have left, okay? Don't do it, because here's what happens. You have people, you know, last summer, all the momentum that joined you, they were sprinting, they were running, all the momentum was so high, everybody was so excited, it was fueling your flames, and then what happens? They kind of lost it and they just disappeared, right? Don't let what was going on when they were there drag you down when they leave. Keep it going, okay? Because we have to show up just as fresh for the next newbie that walks in the door ready to go as we showed up for the person last summer that was excited. And I was telling my husband last night, sometimes I can guard myself and be like, well, I don't know if I want to give you everything I have, because what if you're not really in it to win it for the long haul? Well, that's not fair, right? I got to show up fresh for every single person and give them the benefit of the doubt that they're in it to win it and they're sticking around, right? It's not up to me whether or not they stay. It's up to me how I show up for them so that I can help give them the tools to be successful. And so I think sometimes we let things weigh us down for those that don't want it like we do, okay? It's not a responsibility. If they don't want it, they don't want it, but we know where we're going. You keep your eyes forward and you keep showing up for the ones that are there and excited, and you link arms and you go. So that was short and sweet, but that's kind of where I've had to work through over the last 6 months. Is like, okay, well, these people, they're not wanting this right now, but who does? Who's here and who's going forward together, and let's just do it. So hope that helps somebody.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, you guys, like, what a great way to start like our second last day of the month. If we have not met yet, my name is Janelle Phillips. I'm the token Canadian on the panel for today. You're welcome. Do we call us the emotional support Canadians? I don't know which one. Maybe these are my emotional support Americans. They know how I feel. Anyway, I love you all. So I have a whole bunch of random good thoughts. And if you know me, that does not surprise you in the least. But I loved everything that these ladies had to say. First thing I want to say to you is, guys, what we are telling you today is not just a 2-day plan, okay? This is what your mode of operation is going to be for the next 2 days. But it doesn't disappear. It's not like, do you guys have Inspector Gadget down in the States? This message does not self-destruct in like 30 seconds. It does not self-destruct in 2 days. This message is going to keep going. So you guys, stay the course. What happens in the next 2 days is going to be magic. But then guess what? It's not over till it's over. Make sure you work until the last moment of that day. Give yourself a breather, and then it keeps going, okay? There is such a thing as pushing towards a goal or corralling all of your effort towards one single thing. But guys, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Now, I don't run marathons, but I have heard that in marathons, you have times where you run faster, and then other times where you kind of like pace yourselves a little bit, but you keep moving forward, right? All of these things are going to serve you moving forward. So here's what I want you to do today. Are you clear on your goal? Do you know where you're going? Because sister friend, if you do not know where you're going, how are you going to get there, right? It's okay to clarify where you're going on the 30th of the month. We in Plexus, that's almost like a whole year, you guys. Like, we have so much time left before the end of the day tomorrow. You guys wouldn't even believe what can happen. Seriously, clarify your goals, okay? And then share them with your team, because maybe they think that you are just sitting around and eating bonbons and just like hanging out on your phone and answering their messages. No, they need to know that you're working. Like, we do not give up. We do not stop until the end of like the end of the end of the end. And then we celebrate at the end, right? Because it's good. And then the end just signifies another beginning. So share that with your team and get them to be clear with you too. Like, hey, What were you wanting at the beginning of this month? Do you remember what you wanted? Did you put it on a Post-it note in front of your nose? I want to know what's on your Post-it note. What was it? Like, if you could have anything in the next 36 hours, what would it be? And what can we do to move the needle forward together? Do we need to get on a Zoom with like 6 of your friends? Do we need to have a team Zoom? Do we need to where we bring people in? We can do that quickly. Like, it does not need 4 days and special graphics and invites. No, just go tell the people to come and hear the things and then make the appropriate action for the invites. So the other thing that I really want to encourage you guys with quickly is something that really spoke to me yesterday. Now, I don't know if you guys are like me at all, but sometimes I get stuck in the mode of addition with my business, where I'm like, you know what? I just need this many more people for myself. Okay, I need this many people for myself. And I keep adding and adding and adding. And I know sometimes as leaders, I know it's not just me, but maybe it is just me on this call. But I know as leaders, sometimes we just think, okay, we're just going to add one. Oh, one, that's great. One, that's great. One, that's great. Well, we've talked about silvers, right? Silvers is what brings multiplication into your business. And really, you guys, I think it's the difference between struggle and joy. Okay. Who wants to cultivate struggle in their business all the time? If you want struggle, keep adding. Okay. Totally cool. It's your choice. I would rather have multiplication. And here is what kicked me in the tuchus yesterday. I realized that I did not hold my own value in high enough esteem to want to multiply big. I was only okay with multiplying small because I didn't feel like my value was worth it to multiply in larger quantities. Does that make sense? You need to realize that what you hold is so important for your business. There are thousands of people that need what you have to offer for them to be the guide to show them how to multiply themselves in turn and themselves in turn and themselves in turn. Themselves, whatever. Anyway, you guys, multiplication is the key. That's why we talk about silvers. If you don't like the word silver, that's okay. Let's use multiplication because that's simply what it is. You need to bring people along and then show them how to multiply. We think that by asking, what can I do for you? That is a gift. But what we need to be asking ourselves is, what can I do with others to train them to become better themselves? So that's what I've got. Guys, I'm so excited for the rest of this month because this is like the very beginning of our massive, explosive spring. There's snow on the ground at my house today. There is a wind warning at my house. It does not look like spring outside, but in Plexus, it's spring. So that brings me hope. Don't send me pictures of the garden center. I'm not ready. It's too soon.
Oh my gosh. Do I have like the most brilliant friends or what? You guys, is there a fire under your butt to go and do? Is there a fire under your butt? I know that you didn't show up on a 20-minute Zoom in the middle of the afternoon to just feel good, right? Like, you didn't do that. You came to get fire under your booty. So please do that. Go and do, because we know that you have to think it first, right? Like, you have to think it first before anything can happen. You have to believe that it will happen. You have to believe that you can make something happen with those silvers, with those people that are this close to senior silver. You have to believe that it can happen. Like Janelle said, you have to believe that you can multiply. You can. You 100% can. So go say some affirmations, go say some prayers, put it in the Lord's hands, and go and do, okay? Have the best end of month. We'll probably do this again because, like I said, my friends are brilliant and I love to be around them and we love to invite you guys in. So happy end of month, you guys. Go and kill it. See you later.